Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today we're going to be playing some historic best of one with a tribal deck that got some pieces in M21, and that is going to be black-white vampires, mostly mono-black to be honest. We're splashing for Legion Lieutenant, Aspirant, and Legion's Landing, sorry. The reason to play this particular deck at this point in time is going to be for Vito, Thorn of the Dusk Rose, a 3-mana 1/3 that says whenever you gain life, your opponents lose that much life, which is great if you combo it with Sorin Imperious Bloodlord from M20. This is a 3-mana Planeswalker that has a +1 ability, the second one specifically, that allows us to sacrifice a vampire, and if we do, Sorin deals 3 damage to any target and we gain 3 life. So actually what this does with Vito is we get to deal 3 damage, and we gain 3 life, but when we gain that 3 life, Vito triggers, and we deal 3 damage to our opponent. So actually we can deal 6 damage to our opponent's face, potentially, with the Sorin +1 there. We also can use it to put a +1/+1 counter on a vampire, and give it Death Touch and Lifelink. So that's our tribal payoff, as it were. And in the top end, we can make the most of that -3 with Champion of Dusk, 5-mana 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, you draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of vampires you control. So this is one of the best ways we can rebuild. So we've got lots and lots of turn 1 plays we can make. So hopefully by turn 3, we should have like 3 vampires out, which means when we -3 with Sorin, we're going to draw 4 cards when we put Champion of Dusk onto the battlefield, which is awesome. Allows us to find all of our pieces as well, so we can find our Vito, so we can start yeeting things at our opponent with the second +1 there. And we can also just refuel through board wipes and things like that, which is pretty great. We've got the Legion Lieutenant to give all those vampires +1/+1 as well, because all of these are, well, they're pretty weak on their own, to be honest. Vicious Conquistador is effectively a 2/2. It's a 1-mana 1/2 that attacks and makes your opponent lose 1 life, so you're effectively attacking as a 2/2, but one of those points of damage is essentially unblockable. Got the Vampire of the Dire Moon with the Death Touch and Lifelink. Lifelink going very well with the Vito. And then we've also got the Knight of the Ebon Legion, which gets counters if we've made a player lose 4 or more life, which is definitely possible. We can trigger it on ourselves with a Champion of Dusk on the turn 3 play with Sorin, for example. That's definitely potential. But most of all, the activation is what's going to make the Knight do it a lot of the time, or in the late game, just a big old swing. Got Legion Landing, which gives us a vampire token with lifelink, again going to be triggering that Vito's life gain trigger. And if we attack with 3 or more creatures, then we get to transform it into the Adanto, the First Fort, which adds 1 white mana, or you can pay 3 and tap it to make a 1/1 life-linking vampire token. Again, very vampiric synergy here, and allowing us to trigger the Vito. Vito, by the way, also has a 5-mana ability to give creatures lifelink, so all of these creatures that don't currently have lifelink, they can essentially deal double damage with the Vito, so we're going to be trying that out. I did try to meme up this deck a little bit. I did go for original Sorin. I'm going to stop people who are about to ask me about these cards already. Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord, a 4-mana 4 loyalty, gives creatures on your turn lifelink. It's pretty good, however, I found it to be drawn way too often, and my hand ended up getting clogged with 4-drops far too often. That might just be variance on my part, I don't know, but I think there was too many expensive cards for my liking, because we are running 22 lands in this deck, and we essentially curve out on 3, so we don't really want 4-drops. There was also Revival Revenge as well, which is a really funny, but yet again, bad card. Revival Revenge here. Revenge specifically is the reason to run this with Vito. 6 mana to double your life total, and then target opponent loses half their life rounded up. So they go down half their life, and our life total gets doubled, which with a lot of life linkers, we have a lot of life. And with Vito, any life we gained while doubling essentially means that is dealt back to our opponent. So if we gain 10 life, then Vito will deal 10 damage. It's pretty good, but it's also a pretty bad card to draw if you can't do the revenge side of things. I think the worst case scenario is probably a 1-of in the deck, and you just kind of hope that you eventually get there, because it is pretty funny when you do it. But again, this got clogged up in my hand and had very little use, because you don't really want to revival out a Sky Mattress Aspirant or a Knight of the Ebon Legion. The only really good target for Revival is going to be Vito, and you don't really want to be using Revival on Vito. You want to be using Revenge while he's out. And Legion Lieutenant, which is only a 4 of in the deck, so it's one of those. So those are the two meme cards that I considered using, tried using, and failed using, and that's why they're not in the deck. We got 2 copies of Eliminate from M21 as well. 2 mana instant, you get to destroy a creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 3 or less. It allows us to basically kill 3 fairies, which are incredibly irritating, as well as Narsets. Again, incredibly irritating when we've got things like Champion of Dusk trying to draw us cards. 2 copies of Heartless Act, because the Eliminates don't deal with Questing Beast, and Heartless Act does, so I wanted to have a nice even split. I did try Grasp of Darkness as well, another M21 card, which is double black. The thing is, if I wanted to splash my white, double black is very difficult when I'm running Unclaimed Territories, so I can't really run these and Grasp of Darkness. I also can't really run Plains and Grasp of Darkness. It's very weird, because you want to be using this on turn 2 when we curve out on turn 3, you know? So, another weird one. I ended up going with basically just hard removal instead. So, you know, it is what it is. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for the deck tech portion of the video. If you do enjoy this kind of content, it helps out the channel a great deal if you do hit that like button and subscribe. And other than that, let's get to the gameplay. This video is brought to you by the generous support of our wonderful patrons and channel members that you see here. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to cool content like sneak peeks, bonus videos, polls on future content, or access to a personal deck critique from myself every month, then hit the join button down below, or check out the Patreon link in the description. With all that said, let's get into the gameplay. Okay, we're in, and this hand's a little bit land heavy for 22 lands. But it does have a reasonable turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 play, so I'm gonna give it a shot. And our opponent mulling. Can keep mulling, I don't mind. Mull enough to make me look good. How about that? How's about that? Looks like they're keeping. Oh, this is a really tough 3-card hand. I don't know. I don't know. I think they've kept though. Just do it. Just do it. All right, it's a 5-card hand. Hello, Choop. Let's have a good game, shall we? Filled with good back and forth and no turn 3 kills. It's an unknown deck. A deck of origins unknown. I'm gonna hope that it isn't Gates, and that I don't get my board immediately wiped. I honestly have no idea, though. Legion's Landing. I might go with Legion's Landing. It's a little less committal than a Vito, which currently doesn't do anything. And it allows me to hold up and Heartless Act. Should be swinging first as well. If I swing first and have 3 mana up, and then they think that they can maybe get me with a Knight of the Ebon Legion activation and kill in response. I've kind of shut off that possibility by playing Legion's Landing first, which is definitely a mistake. I'm gonna go Brazen Borrower my Legion Lieutenant anyway. Okay. So I shall replay it. Brazen Borrower. Some janks going on here. It's weird how I had to go into the ranked queues to find an interesting matchup. Okay, Fauna Shaman and Sanitarian Skeleton. Well, we're flipping Legion's Landing. I do want to make sure that something dies here. I don't know whether Eliminate or Heartless Act is going to be better in this matchup. I guess I'll go Heartless Act since Eliminate can hit Planeswalkers. Let's kill the Fauna Shaman. Swing, flip Legion's Landing, so now we've got the Eliminate open. And opponent's going to block with the Sanitarium Skeleton. And now there's a tricky spot. Do I think my opponent runs board wipes? I don't think they do. Although it's a very odd deck up until this point. But I'm going to go with the Vito, so that I get that extra bit of damage on the swing next turn. I can either go for the Champion of Dusk, or I can go for the lifelink on all creatures. They've got a Woe Strider. What an odd little list. Well, if I went with the lifelink, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have to lose my Legion Lieutenant, but that should be okay, because I'll probably win. Lifelinks are coming. Oh, you know it. Alright, so we're going to get some easy blocks here. Yep, and then we'll do lifelink. So they're taking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Not so much now, because the Knight of the Ebon Legion doesn't get its attack trigger. There's another 6 taking him to 3. And I've got a lethal threat just on the Knight of the Ebon Legion alone, so they basically need a board wipe, and this is not the deck to be running them, so... Consider me corrected. 3 cards. Exiles 4. I don't think I want to just play a Champion of Dusk out. Although I guess it's not the worst. Yeah, sure. I can either draw a 1-drop or a land. It's going to be a 1-drop. So now they need another board wipe. In a deck that has up until this point been all creatures. Good game. Kill that and swing. Okay. That was an odd little list, for sure. Don't know what to make of it, to be honest, but... yeah, let's go to Bronze Tier 1. I don't play Ranked, for those who are new to the channel, so... I'm only playing Ranked because, to be honest, the opening hand algorithm that's in the casual queues is doing my head in a little bit, so... yeah. It's also apparently jam-packed full of net decks, and this is the most casual deck I've ever seen so far playing today, and it's been in Ranked, so, you know, take that as you will. Okay, we're in with 2 tap lands, which is annoying. It's so annoying that I'm going to mull. And this looks much better. What card do we dump here? Is it Knight of the Ebon Legion? Probably. We want to leave at least 1 removal spell. So we'll do this, and we'll lead off with the Aspirant, since it is a 2/1 attacker. It's a shame this wasn't a Godless Shrine, because then we could have actually spewed forth our entire hand. Unclaimed territory. Let's not give up our opponents our information too easily. Do I kill Reese? Opponent might be playing elves. It's a pretty good elf to kill. I guess so. Really unsure. Swing for 2. And then next turn we can spew these forth. Spew forth, good vampires. Yeah, should be playing post-combat, but it's a habit that I, in all my years of playing Magic the Gathering, still haven't managed to break. Oath of Kaya, okay. Abzan Legends. Could be. Vamp. Knight of the Ebon Legion. Swing for 3. Well, this was 3. It's 4. Oh. The more you know. We can pump it out of Oath of Kaya range at the very least, I suppose. And Danathy. Yeah, this is definitely a Legends list. Yeah, okay. Got to swing with just the Knight of the Ebon Legion since they have a first striker. And they didn't block, so let's pump up the Knight. Empty our hand. If we draw Champion of Dusk now, we can draw... Oh, we can play it. You know what? I was literally, in my head, thinking to myself, they wouldn't possibly run board wipes. And that's a great top deck for someone who didn't expect a board wipe. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Urza's Ruinous Blast is mighty fine in a Legends list. Good lord. I still don't mind my chances, but this is quite ridiculous. Alright, at least we've got a Legend out, and they've got a Questing Beasts. Fantastic. Well, we got a couple of easy blocks. This one in particular. I don't know whether I want to block the Knight of the Ebon Legion. I guess I do, because they'll just pump it, and that will be a life total I don't want to go down to. Ping you. Need a Heartless Act for the Questing Beast. Or a Lockthwain so I can do nothing with my turn. I actually can't even use it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. It's not a good day for Magic, is it? Not a good day for Magic at all. Kamal's Druidic Vow X5. I mean, if I'm going to lose to anything, an interesting list that's not a net deck seems pretty good to me. Thalia and lands. Sure. Doesn't make too much of a difference. Might as well block here and activate Vito. I've got nothing better to do. And they can do Reese activations on end step as well. Yeah, that Ruinous Blast really ruined us. To the point where I think if we hadn't have been Ruinous Blast and we'd have gone with a champion, we would probably be drowning our opponent in card advantage right now. We'd have also had a 4/4 to block the Questing Beast, so that wouldn't have been an issue. But here we are. Make an elf. A timely card for them. Gideon Blackblade. And give lifelink. Sure. Only swinging in with the Questing Beast. What happened to Danitha? And a Swamp. Alright, so we can at least try to kill ourselves with the cards we draw. Alright, moving on. Okay. This is a weird one. I think we're going to keep it, though. We've got the Unclaimed Territory, which unfortunately means Castle Lockthwain is a tap land. But we still have 1 mana plays we can play off the Unclaimed Territory next turn anyway. And, well, we can't play that, so that's unfortunate. Let's see if they want to block. Happy to trade. Can see why they wouldn't. I'm going to go with the Vampire of the Dire Moon, because I'm sure that this Pelt Collector will be a 2/2. And I'm considering trading with it. In all honesty. Yep. Let's see, what have we got? Nothing, okay. Knight go. Oh yeah, yeah, block. Good. Good, good, good. Alright, this sounds terrible, but, you know, what can I expect, really? A Steely Champion is what I can expect. Definitely want to murderize that with an Eliminate. God, we've got removal for that. Play another one. Lovestruck Beasts. Well, we got an Eliminate for that as well. Please give me a Plains. Ha ha ha. We can actually progress the board. Kill the beasts. Swing with the knight. And then we got a choice of Legion Lieutenant or Sorin minus for Legion Lieutenant. It's a tough call. This is heavily dependent on what our opponent plays out here. It's mono 3 drops. Huh. Ooh, okay, well that's gonna probably mean Conquistador Legion Lieutenants our play today. Can flip the Legion's landing with that. It's a shame Yorvo doesn't get destroyed by a Sorin tick-up Helix. Really. Okay, we can also alternatively just lose. Just losing is not something that I would typically put on my list of to-dos. But here we are. Swing with the knight. See if they want to block. They don't. Yeah, we've lost. I'm just wondering if there's actually anything that I can do. Not really. Let's take him to 11 and then die. Oof. Paradise Druid, sure. And Crawl Harpooner. Also sure. And we're dead. Yup. Alright, block there. Block there, block there. We're at 2. Can we 11 our opponent? And swing, see what they do. I'm pretty sure we can't. It's 5 damage here if it's unblocked. 6, 7, 8 with the tick up. It's just not good enough. I can, however, kill myself. And I would much rather do that. Okay. What? Oh no, I can't even kill myself. Oh no. I hate this game. I hate it. Okay then, we're in with a reasonable hand. I'll keep it. Hopefully our opponent doesn't just win on turn 1. So far so good. Let's go with Vampire. And I think I might drop down Legion. Oh, which one do I drop down? It's one of the 1-2s, definitely. I guess it's the Conquistador. It effectively attacks as a 2-2. And then we hope to draw a land. This is Angels. Okay, we hope to draw a land so that we can, next turn, play Sorin minus and draw 4. Live in the dream. I will swing, because if they double block, I get to kill the Speaker of the Heavens, which is actually what I want. No? Okay then. It's fine. Land Resplendent Angel. Charming Prince. Okay. Not Resplendent Angel. A lot of humans in this Angel deck of theirs. How do we beat Baneslayer and Lyra? I'm pretty sure we don't. Almost certain that that would be a, what the kids would call a perfect answer. Which is probably why they're digging straight to it. Oh, they don't need to dig. The treasure's been on top all along. Eliminates. I guess we do have Heartless Acts, which I would like to draw to. Let's go Sorin. Minus, put a Champion of Dusk into play and draw 4. All the lands. Yeah, hate it. But you gotta love that consistency. Being consistently bad at drawing cards is what I do. Okay. So we've got Legion Lieutenant plus Eliminate next turn. There's a Johnny. We'll want to be eliminating the Pride Mate token that they're inevitably going to make here. Oh. Weird. Oh, we've drawn a Heartless Act. Alright. Oh, there is hope. There is a god. Right, what's the plan? The plan would be to tick up with something to threaten a Johnny. So we want to put a counter on one of these creatures. We'll do it on Champion of Dusk, I think, because the Legion Lieutenant... Off of this vampire selection, please. Do not do that. Stop it. You literally played this card, so you wouldn't do that. There we go. Now I get to hold up and eliminate in Heartless Act. And you know what? I think we might be sending it. Is that the case, though? Yeah, I think that's the case. Just send it all. I was thinking about the swing back at Sorin, but with the eliminate, that's not really an issue. Soul Warden is fine. They'll be chumping with it in no time at all. And there's Resplendent Angel. So I am going to eliminate the Bishop of Wings, because if I don't, they're going to gain enough life to make a 4/4. And now they can't attack Sorin either. Champion of Dusk. So this is a weird one. I do want to kill the Resplendent Angel. But I also want to play Champion of Dusk. And I don't really want to use this, only to get Lyra'd later down the line. So I think I'm actually going to have to sacrifice one of my vampires. So I guess I can actually do Champion. Draw a million cards. And then Helix. The Conquistador to kill the Resplendent Angel. And then swing with the squad. Gonna really be able to go all out next turn. To the point that I don't think playing land Lyra will save them here. In fact, I think they're just way too far behind now. They need a board wipe, and there's no way in hell this deck is running board wipes. I've said that a few times today, but there's no way. There's no way. Let's get rid of... I do kind of want my land drop. Let's get rid of Vampire of the Daimoon, I suppose. Champions to refill is just too good to pass up. Alright, so they did get their land drop. Do they have their Lyra? They do not. Suave Ricky takes an L. We have the W. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, that was a pretty nutty hand from us. Rebuilding value here in strong force with the double Champion of the Dusks. Probably go for a Vito. Vito with Sorin's Helix is very good as well. Not that I think I'd use it there. I'd probably just do like Lieutenant, Knight, Vito, something like that, and then swing with everything and probably outclass our opponent in 9 million different ways. Also tick up Sorin as well, give lifelink to this champion, I guess, so it's a 6/6 and then can swing right through Lyra if they do manage to top deck it. Good stuff. Alrighty then, let's see. I think this hand's fine, it's not great. Got turn 1 Legion Landing, turn 2 Legion Landing, and then turn 3, hopefully we've drawn something big with Sorin, like a Champion of Dusk. Then we can do some minusing. Otherwise, we can make these lifelink tokens Death Touch and lifelink tokens, which I think is okay. In a vacuum, not knowing what our opponent's playing, this hand looks fine. Reese the Redeemed for our opponent. Alright, well, let's offer a trade. I doubt they ever take it. And yeah, let's Legion's Landing again. And we'll play a Swamp. So we're set up to Imperious Bloodlord here. It's not the finest of Bloodlords, but I think just putting Death Touch and lifelink counters on my tokens is fine. We'll get that pressure going. I'm happy for them to trade off a 1-1. But next turn I will be ticking up on this 1-1 if I don't draw a Champion of Dusk. Thalia. Well, maybe I'll be going on my 2-2 instead then. I mean, we do have a Heartless Act. So it's Abzan Legends again. Don't know why it's popular today, but it is. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to Heartless Act the Thalia. I don't know if I'll find much of a better target. I guess Questing Beast is a better target. What a weird situation to find ourselves in. Can I play around Questing Beast and kill Thalia? Not really. I could tick up here and then hold the Heartless Act for Questing Beast if they have it next turn, but Sorin takes a big beating. I think that's maybe okay. Alternatively, I can Lightning Helix here and then hold the Heartless Act, but that feels like I'm not really progressing my board in a meaningful way. That might be the only option, though. Don't know if I like this play. It makes some top decks that we have not that great. But you've got Questing Beast. They always have Questing Beast, so let's play around it, shall we? And kill it. Yep. Play to your worst possible play that your opponent could make. Ooh, we got Champion of Dusk. So, I mean, we get to draw 2. And now we've got a play around Questing Beast move as well. Swing for 3. It's going well so far. Well, back to the beginning we go. Champion of Dusk. Okay, well, we're going to Legion's Landing. Legend Rule once more. Play Champion and draw 2. And we're set up in the same way we were before. Make you a little bit bigger. I don't want to invest in the Champion of Dusk if I'm just going to equally trade with a Questing Beast. Kamal's Druidic Vow X4. Really awful hit for them, which is awesome for us. So let's Death Touch and lifelink this token. I think we're swinging in for 7. We're not going to play around Questing Beast at this point because I don't think it matters. Could eliminate that token. It's going to get blocked anyway. Yeah, I'll just play it safe, I think. Wow, they didn't do it. And we're 1 point short of lethal here. Which is fine, as long as they don't gain life. then we're okay. They need to not gain life. Yeah, let's eliminate Thalia. Because now I can swing 3 creatures through there too. They take 1 to 3, and then we Lightning Helix with our Sorin. Let's just make sure that we have this. Vito. Yeah, that'll make sure we have this. Alright, swing with everything. They're losing 4 just on a Vito trigger alone. Could have settled the wreckage. So I should play around that. I don't need to swing in with more than my lifelinkers. Because the Vito trigger alone is what wins us this game. And then Vito will live. Assuming that they have the Settle the Wreckage, we just yeet the Champion of Dusk at our opponent, gaining 3, which triggers the Vito. So it's effectively a deal 6. So they're dead on this attack, as it currently stands, and then they're dead also to the post-combat Vito trigger. Sweet. Alright. Don't know why this deck's suddenly popular. I don't know, maybe I'm going to have to get in on it. I do love me some Abzan Legends, but this is literally day 1 of me seeing this constantly. I haven't played Historic in a while, though, to be fair. But, yeah, apparently, at least in Bronze, Abzan Legends is a thing. Who knew? Alrighty then. It's a Luros deck. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. It's probably a Sacrifice list, if I had to guess. This sounds fine. It's not great, but it's fine. We got turn 1 Aspirant. We'll have to play the Lockswain at some point so we can eliminate the Luros. Huh. Well, I still think we're going Vampire Aspirant. I really wish that was a swamp. It would have been much better. Grixis. It's a dredge list? Okay. Well, now this is a weird position to be in, because that Maya Triton is a pretty good answer to what we're doing here. They're not going to be able to do anything with Luros next turn if they do choose to pay for him. I kind of want to eliminate the Maya Triton, but that's not going to push us through the Narcomoeba just yet. So let's establish a little bit of a bigger board state first. I guess we could actually swing in with the Aspirant, but it feels like a bad move to me. Short of the Maya Triton, I don't think our opponent's got many good targets. We are going to dump the Unclaimed Territory and take some damage. Okay, so I want to keep the Eliminate for Croxer. I guess it's Sorin. Sorin and Tick Up. We'll make the Aspirant bigger. But we're not going to swing in. Next turn, I don't know. It's a weird one. Tis a weird one. They've got 2 cards in the yard and Croxer's one of them, so we're not going to expect to see that. Necessarily. More Maya Tritons. I just don't know how we push through Maya Triton, to be honest. Lazav gets eliminated. Eliminated. And Narcomoeba does its thing. Alright, so Vampire of the Dire Moon. We're going to let our opponent activate Lazav first. And then we're going to eliminate Lazav. I guess I'm continuing on to their Aspirant, because the moment we get the City's Blessing, which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we could play Sorin and have it be 9 temporarily. It's not good enough. I'm just wondering how they answer this Aspirant. So they'll do a tap out. Or a pseudo tap out. -2. You're gonna be the Priest of Forgotten Gods. I'm still gonna kill you. Please do not run dive downs in your deck. I beg of you. Do not run dive downs. I'm gonna Priest again. Okay. So they still have to sacrifice 2 creatures here, and I'm just going to sacrifice the Vampire of the Dire Moon. Sure. You're dead. Yeah. Trigger fizzles. They got 2 mana to play with. They need land if they want to get that Lurrus out, which they do. That's going to be extremely awkward. So what I want to see is a Champion of Dusk. Are you kidding me? Wow. I guess we lose now. Huh. That's Magic the Gathering. Let's draw with Lochthwain. Oh! That's Magic the Gathering. Draw 3. Get an Aspirant. Yes! Alright. Suddenly this game is not over. I'm coming for you, opponent. You're going down. They got 10 cards in the yard, so they can Croxer here. I'll keep the Heartless Act to kill Croxer. We'll get rid of probably Vicious Conquistador. I think Spare Sorin actually might be quite useful. Maya Triton doesn't matter anymore. We powered through your Death Touches. They're not going to go for Croxer. I'm guessing they're going with Priest of the Forgotten Gods then. And fill up that yard a little bit more. At this stage, I honestly think Legion Lieutenant's probably my dump here. And I'll trade a Champion of Dust with the Maya Triton. It's not ideal, but to keep Sorin around, I think it's the situation we have to go with. Yep. Let's dump the Vicious Conquistador. I'm gonna go empty-handed this turn. Lazav. Sure. That just means that we have to wait a little while. Well, Vampire of the Dire Moon can be thrown at Lazav. We can Heartless Act the Croxer, and then they can reuse it. We'll wait until combat to do that, I guess. Although the Priest can do some nasty stuff. 4, 5, 6. I get them to 1, I think, with my current attack. I think that's as close as I can get, which it might be good enough, to be honest. So I go 6 attack, Could be 7 with a tick up on Sorin. But I'm thinking that I probably want to kill Lazav. Lazav can just be become another copy of Croxer is the thing. So we swing and we swing. Take our opponent to 7. Sacrifice Vampire of the Dire Moon to kill Lazav. And then we will Heartless Act the Croxer during combat. God, this was a swingy game and a half. So they're going to combat. We make them destroy their Croxer. They could probably Priest of the Forgotten Gods, I imagine. That might be what they want to do. You don't gain life with this thing, right? Let's just lose 2 life. So yeah, they can get rid of their entire board state here, basically. But no attacks. We lose Champion of Dusk. We hope that they can't make a sacrifice again. Judging by their Gutter Bones activations, I'm guessing that means... Actually, they had to use that anyway because it was floating during combat. Gonna play Luros, activate Luros, and you're just dead in the air. Counter on you. 7 damage. Good game. We even have another 3 points on the Sorin yeeting the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Wow, I really thought it was over. Once that Call of the Death Dweller popped out, I thought we were donezo. But managed to navigate it well enough, I guess, and also got lucky. I'm not gonna lie. This was entirely luck-based. If I didn't draw that champion, the game would be over. That's the state of Magic the Gathering right now. Hopefully that changes soon. I'm hoping Standard becomes a lot more mid-rangey rather than combo-y and aggro-y. I don't know. It's just my personal opinion, I guess. Anyway, guys, that is gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Magic the Gathering content in the future. Gonna be coming back with a little bit of Brawl, I think, next time around, so stay tuned for that. Hit the bell icon to get notifications when that video goes live. And other than that, hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.